You know, what if I told you that just one single day on the calendar is the key to how your phone recognizes your face, how we try to predict the stock market, and even how a genius is discovered in the first place? Well, today we are taking a deep dive into March 28th and why it just might be one of the most quietly important dates in all of modern math history.
It's wild to think about, but on this one date, separated by centuries and scattered across the globe, some truly brilliant minds were busy at work, and they were shaping the very technology that's probably in your hands right now, and even the way we think about the future.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. It's this idea of one date, but many minds. We're going to connect these dots one by one and uncover the pretty amazing stories behind each of them. So let's start with our first mystery. It's a question that takes us right into the heart of artificial intelligence. And believe it or not, the answer starts on March 28th.
And that answer points us to this man, Leslie Valiant, who was born on this very day back in 1949. See, he's the one who had the guts to ask, can a machine actually learn? And he didn't just stop at the question, he set out to find the answer.
Okay, so Valiant's biggest achievement has a bit of a tricky name, but it's a total game changer, probably approximately correct learning. Just think of it like this. He basically wrote the mathematical recipe that lets a machine learn from examples. Kind of like how a little kid learns what a cat is after seeing just a few pictures. This idea, it's the absolute bedrock of so much of the AI we use every single day, from our email spam filters to the movie recommendations we get. And this quote, this really nails the incredible leap he made. It wasn't about programming a machine to do one specific thing. No, it was about creating a system that could adapt, that could figure things out on its own. A true game changer, for sure.
All right, so Valiant taught machines how to learn, but what about us? I mean, how do we use data to learn about what's coming next? Well, for that story, we're going to stay on March 28th, but we're going to jump forward in time to tackle a totally different kind of problem. And this brings us to our second mystery. We all depend on forecasts, right? But how do you actually turn this long stream of past data into a prediction about the future that you can actually rely on?
Well, the person who helped us answer that is George E.P. Box, who passed away on, you guessed it, March 28th in 2013. His work basically gave us a mathematical crystal ball, a really powerful way to peek into the future, not with any magic, but with cold, hard data.
See, Box helped develop this famous method called time series analysis. Let me put it this way. He figured out how to look at years and years of, say, ice cream sales data, find that hidden pattern where sales always shoot up in the summer, and then use that pattern to accurately predict exactly how much ice cream to order for next July. It's used everywhere, from predicting stock prices to forecasting the path of a hurricane.
And what's so incredible about his work is this idea. He taught us that data has a story to tell. All those numbers from yesterday, they hold the secrets of tomorrow, but only if we know how to listen. We're still on March 28, but now we're going to jump way back, more than a century actually, for a story that isn't about algorithms or data at all. It's about that very human spark of genius.
This last one's a little different. It's really about the human side of math and the unbelievable power that a great teacher can have.
And that leads us to Bernt Holmboe, a Norwegian mathematician who died on March 28, 1850. Now, his name might not be as famous as the others we've talked about, but his legacy, it's arguably just as profound. And you won't find it in a formula, but in a person he discovered.
Holmboe's greatest contribution was his incredible eye for genius. He happened to be the teacher of Niels Henrik Abel, one of the most brilliant and tragic figures in the whole history of mathematics. It was Holmboe who saw this fire, this raw genius, in this young, unknown student when literally nobody else did, and he fanned those flames.
And this is where you just see his amazing foresight. Holmboe wrote these words about Abel long before anyone knew his name. It's just such a powerful reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries aren't made in some fancy lab, but in a classroom, with a teacher who truly believes in a student's potential.
So here they are, all three of them, all connected by that one day, March 28th. A teacher who saw the future in a student, a statistician who saw the future in data, and a computer scientist who taught machines how to see the future for themselves. Three incredible and incredibly different stories.
So what's the thread that ties them all together? Well, every single person we met today, stretching across the centuries, was driven by this deep, deep curiosity to find the patterns hidden inside the chaos of the world. Holmboe saw the pattern of genius in a student. Box saw patterns in data over time. And Valiant taught computers how to find those patterns all by themselves.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. Their work is a reminder that the world around us is absolutely full of these hidden patterns, all just waiting to be discovered. So the only real question is, what pattern are you